Good evening. Good evening. This is John Rollins, and we're here for our S.T.R.I.V.E session. Strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And before we begin, I hope that you are ready for the holidays. Tomorrow, as you all know, is going to be Thanksgiving. And so I hope that in spite of everything that has gone on this year, that you still are consciously looking for opportunities, looking for things to be thankful. I know that this has been a different year, and that's probably the understatement of the year, maybe the understatement of the decade. This has been a different year, and there are probably many things that if we actually took time, that we would probably conclude that I don't know if I'm thankful for that. But I want to challenge you that for today, tomorrow, and for the rest of 2020, let's see if we can find reasons to be thankful. Yes, we've lost a lot of stuff. We've lost friends, and some of us have lost employment. Some of us have lost property or possessions, family members, and I can understand how you say, John, I'm not going to express thanks for that. Okay, but then there are other things that we've gained, and I'm not talking about just pounds either. There are other things that we've gained, and I want to challenge you. I know it's not the easiest thing to do. Okay, but I'm going to ask you as a favor to yourself, as a favor to those who are around you, as a favor to me, to let's try to find some reasons to be thankful for today, for tomorrow, and then, like I said, for the rest of 2020. So, all right, this is the S.T.R.I.V.E session. Strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. Our topic for this session is ready or not. Now, I'm going to share with you some quotes that I found, and then you tell me what you think about it. One is that the trouble with opportunity, that it is always more recognizable going than coming. And there was one that says opportunity knocks, but has never been known to turn the doorknob and walk in. There's another that says luck happens when preparedness meets opportunity. Now you say, well, John, I don't believe in luck. Okay. Yeah, but luck happens when preparedness meets opportunity. The price of mastery in any field is preparation. And Abraham Lincoln said, I will study and get ready, and perhaps my chance will come. How prepared are you for your dream? How much time have you committed to being positioned to seize your opportunity? And now, if you don't have an answer to that question, that's okay. Okay. But if the answer you give today is the same answer that you give next year, next week, next month, that's okay as well. But it's important to know that if the same answer that you give next week, next month, next year is the answer that you give today with regards to how prepared you are, how committed you are to seeing your life become what you believe, what you've been requesting, what you've been praying and seeking, to see that life become a reality. If you were given the same answer in the future that you're given today, then I believe that your future is going to look amazingly similar to your today. Now, there are always exceptions. They're always good. And I believe that practically every time I share these, I try to say, or at least I'm aware that I'm not speaking absolutes. Okay, now you may be one of the fortunate ones who was unprepared for the opportunity, but you had someone around you who was able to bail you out of your situation, helped you to achieve the outcome that you desire. I was thinking about this, and I thought it back to, I guess, probably the late 90s. I was out fishing, and you all know I speak to much I love fishing often when I was here. My brother, Pastor Buck, and I, we were out at Cedar Key. We were in a little small John boat. We were out fishing right near the dock. I mean, we were not, what, 20, 30 miles offshore. We were right there near the dock. And we had gone fishing, and we fished that area many times. And so we had some idea of what fish would normally be in that part of the water. We've caught little reds, we caught trouts, we caught sand trouts, whitings, catfish. We've caught fish, and so we were prepared for those type of fish. Well, we're out that day, and I look over and I see a fish tailing. I see a fin, and it's a pretty good sized fin. It's not what we would normally see when we're there. I have a little, and for those of you who know anything about fishing, then this will make sense to you. For others, it may not. But I had a little Zebco 33 classic reel with just a regular rod. Had a small hook on it, and I put a piece of shrimp on it, and I threw the line over by the place where I saw the fin. And eventually I see my line start to tighten up. I start reeling in, and when I start reeling in, I realize that what is on the end of the line is not something that I prepared for. And so I fight this fish probably for about 30 minutes. And we got the fish to the boat, and we see this huge eye that break the water. And this eye was attached to a huge head. We have nothing to bring the fish in with. We don't have a net big enough for that fish. I remember my brother, he grabbed a 5-gallon bucket, and I guess he was thinking that maybe he could take the bucket and put the head of the fish in and try to bring the fish in. The fish ended up being about 48 inches long, weighed over 40 pounds. We had nothing to bring the fish in. So I'm out fighting the fish. And like I said, we were working with this fish about 30 or 40 minutes. There are some people in another boat who saw me working with the fish. And thankfully we were close to the dock. The people in the other boat they sped off to the shore, got out of their boat, came in with a big net, brought the net back to us. And so now you have to remember, while they're doing this, I'm still fighting with this fish. Okay, they bring the net back to us, they give it to us, we're able to scoop the fish up, bring the fish, put the fish in the bottom of the boat. We don't even have a cooler big enough for it. We put the fish here first in the cooler, throw some ice on it, and of course, that's the end of our fishing trip. Good news, there was someone there to bail me out. I was fortunate because I was not prepared for what I received. Now, how prepared are you? Ready or not? Now, you've been claiming that God is going to do some wonderful things in your life. You've been claiming and decreeing and declaring that God is going to bless you. How prepared for you are you? How prepared for it are you? How many of you all remember with Les Brown? Are you familiar with him? Les is a world-renowned motivational speaker, trainer. If you're familiar with him, Les tells a story about how he had in his mind, he knew there was something that was great on the inside of him. And he knew that he could do more than what he was doing. He was working at a radio station. And so he was practicing, he was going through getting trained, getting prepared. And one day his opportunity came. The person that was on duty, on air DJ, he was getting he had some of that happy juice. You may know what that happy juice is. But he had some of that happy juice. And apparently the radio station owner called and spoke to Les and said, Les, we can't let him keep doing this. And you may be familiar with the story. But anyway, Les was asked to go and call somebody else and bring someone else. Les didn't do it. Les knew that this was the opportunity. And so Les was back there waiting for the person to just completely mess up to get that call. Les said he called and told the station manager, I wasn't able to find anyone. The man said, well, do you know what to do? Can you go in there and not touch any button? Don't touch any buttons. Don't touch any levers. Les said, man, when I got there, I took advantage of the opportunity. Why? Because I've been preparing. And the rest, as Paul Harvey says, history. He got that opportunity. From there, he was able to continue to move up. But he was able to capitalize on it because he was prepared when the opportunity comes. When you pray to God to answer your prayers, you're praying for advancement in your life. Are you praying a prayer of hope, a wish? Are you praying a prayer of expectancy? Are you praying a prayer of faith? If you have received the promise from God, what steps are you taking to obtain that promise? Okay. Remember, the title of this is Ready or Not. Now, we are looking for greatness to come. We're looking for a special blessing to happen in our lives. What are you doing to get ready for it? You may recall the story of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey talks about the time when he was going to get a new car. He got a job. He was saving his money. He was telling his mom, I'm going to get a new car. I'm going to get a new car. Mom kept saying, okay, I know. Mom wasn't showing that she was confident or convinced that what Steve was saying was going to happen was going to become a reality, because Steve's car, his old car, the car that didn't work, was still occupying the space where the new car would be going. And until he moved that old car out of the way, he didn't make room for the new car. Okay? What are you doing to make room for your opportunity? You know the story of David and Goliath. Why was it that David was the one that defeated Goliath? Don't you think that God could have used anyone else to go and kill Goliath if he needed to, if he wanted to? I believe that the reason that David was the person who took advantage of that opportunity, because David was the person who was prepared. David had been practicing with that sling. David already confronted obstacles that were bigger, that were greater, that were tougher than he, and overcome them. He prepared for the opportunity. And when the opportunity came, he was able to capitalize on it. Our expectancy, our confidence, and yes, I believe even our courage parallels our preparation. Okay, I'll say that again. Our expectancy, our confidence, and I believe even our courage parallels our preparation. When you're ready for a test in school, one that you know that you've thoroughly prepared for, you don't get fearful of it. When you're getting ready to compete in a competition, you know that you've practiced. You know that you've done your job. You know your assignment. You know that your teammates are all ready. You don't fear the people that you're going to be competing against. Our success has more to do with our preparation and less to do with our competition. Okay? People may be more talented. People may be more gifted, but have they prepared? The amount of time that you devote to your preparation has more to do with you than it has to do with anyone else. So are you believing for a new house or a new car? Have you started saving money for your down payment? Are you making preparations, or are you looking at the things that may be on your credit that may have an impact on what that outcome is going to be? Are you believing for a promotion? Okay. Where have you improved yourself to make you the most attractive candidate? Okay. What have you done to demonstrate your value to the organization? How are you showing them that you are the person who will be the best fit for the team? You say you're believing for it. Well, are you prepared for it? Okay. There's some certainties. Winter follows fall. Even in Florida, there's going to come a time when the temperature is going to change. So if you are not prepared for when it gets cold, you can't blame the weather. You can't blame the climate. Expecting parents, they should brace for a newborn. Sometimes the doctors say that the child's going to come in this time, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But given normal circumstances, you can expect a baby to arrive. You don't wait till the baby gets here before you start preparing for it. In my book, The P Attitudes, Keys to Prosperity and Success, I say that preparation is like the final number of a combination lock that opens up success to you. Preparations, you twist those numbers, but success, the lock doesn't open until you enter that final number. And we don't have our success until we are prepared for it. Okay? Do you desire to spend eternity with the Father? There's going to come a day when our time here on this earth is going to end. It's not a matter of if, but when. What are you doing? What are you doing now to prepare you for that time? How will you be ready for the opportunity? All right? Hey, this is John with the S.T.R.I.V.E session. Strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. Ready or not, it's going to come. All right? So we close the way that I love to close. Just want to remind you, especially now, especially given this season, if no one has come to you to tell you just how much that you mean to them, to tell you that if you were not around, their life would be totally different, to affirm your greatness, to remind you of your worth. Okay, I welcome the opportunity. I want to remind you that not only today, not only tomorrow, but forever, you are important. Okay? All right. Enjoy your holidays. Be safe. God bless you. And hopefully we'll see you next week.